Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, August 5th? No one knows what day is it in 2020. Wednesday, August 5th. My name is Mike. I go by DJ Access. Welcome to the DJs Need Great Photos seminar. I'll be honest, I got a new air fryer today, and I decided to start that way too close to the podcast. So I've been rushing around trying to do that. Trying to get ready for this, but this information is so important, so I don't want to push it back or anything, and I still want to do it. If it comes out poorly, I'll do another one, but I did a video not too long ago about press kits and DJ press kits and how to put those together and what needs to be in them, and I touched on having great photos in there and just having a great portfolio that you could show to people that, represent your brand. But man, even a few weeks after that video, I've just been really frustrated. As most of you guys know, I host a podcast called the Columbus DJ Podcast. Oh, wow. We do that on Thursdays. That's not the right way. That's where I want to go. We do that on Thursdays, every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. on Twitch, on Facebook. We have DJs on there. We talk shop. We offer tips, and we just kind of share stories of DJs in the Columbus DJ community. And when running that, I obviously have to, make flyers and announce who's going to be on those. And I'll ask for pictures to be submitted. And not only are these not coming in solid press kits, but their pictures that I'm getting are quite honestly really bad. And they're low quality. They're maybe not posed correctly. They're not done by a professional. And this is a very important part of marketing. Anyone who will tell you, if you guys listen to DJ podcasts, if you listen to DJ news, marketing has become 80% of the battle and skills are now 20%. So while I'm a major advocate for practicing, that's only 20% of the puzzle. You really need to have your marketing on point, and great photos are a big aspect of that, especially in the digital age. So again, my name is Mike. I go by DJ Access. If you guys are new to the channel, if you're watching on Twitch, definitely follow. Feel free to subscribe if you feel like it. If you're watching on YouTube and you find something helpful, like the video, subscribe. We do gear reviews. We have the Columbus DJ Podcast on here. We do seminars just like this every Wednesday at 6:30. So if you are a DJ and you love DJ stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button and comment. If you have a question about something I talked about, or if you have a topic that you want me to cover in a future video, let me know. I respond to every comment. If you just want to say what up, if you just want to talk about other DJ stuff, that's great too. We're trying to create a great DJ community right here on YouTube. But I think I've gone on with the intro long enough, so let's get into it. Why do DJs need great photos? I talked about it a little bit. And the digital marketing age, your Instagram is kind of become the forefront of who you are and your marketing and branding. It used to be the website, maybe back in the 2000s, and now 2010 to 2020, it's really shifted between now your website to your Instagram. Your Instagram is going to have your link tree, your blog, and then that might link to your website, but ultimately people are most likely going to find you on social media first if they don't hear from you based on word of mouth. So, Instagram is an app for photos. Mostly they've added videos, they've added clips and everything like that, but still at its core, it's a photo app. So if the number one place that people are going to find you is mostly a photo app, I would hope that you would have great photos on there. I'm going to check the chat real quick here. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to, ask me questions. I'm going to be looking at the chat every once in a while. So what makes a great photo? A great photo is high quality. That means, if a designer, you're submitting it to a club and their designer needs to scale it, it's not going to be all pixelated if they have to scale it a certain way. It's going to be well lit. Lighting is a major part of photography. So, the iPhone camera, which most of us have, or a nice Android, has those devices have great cameras, but they need great lighting as well. And as we get further and further into the future, maybe lighting's not as important, but I can still tell when a photo was well lit versus when they might have had night mode on, or something else, or just happen to have a bad shadow on the photo. So lighting is definitely a big part. How the model poses is a major part. Some people like to go for that natural feel. Some people like to pose. We'll go over that a little bit later. But great photos are going to get you booked more often. A lot of times DJs get booked by clients that have never met them before, right? Have never heard them play. So a great photo is going to be a first impression. We know how important first impressions are. So when you're setting up your press kit or when you're getting photos, you want to make sure you have photos with backgrounds, and then photos that have that are transparent PNGs or have solid backgrounds that a designer can easily cut out. I mentioned this Columbus DJ podcast. When people submit their photos, if they send me something and it's got a really intricate background, it makes it really hard for me to cut around that. And if it's making it really hard for me to cut around that, and I'm doing this all the time, if you're giving the designer extra work to do, they may half-ass it. They may be like, I don't want to do this. I'm just going to use a photo of one of the bottle girls instead of the photo of the DJ, because I guarantee you that the bottle girls have great pictures. That's, part of what they do. It needs to be part of what DJs do as well. So if you want your photo on flyers, if you want to build your brand, have great photos. Again, some that have backgrounds are good, some that are transparent are great, and then some that have solid backgrounds that are easy cut out are good as well. My recommendation is that you go with a professional, especially if you're planning like a shoot or something like that. Typically, you can spend between $100 to $200 on a photo shoot. Maybe it's an hour long. Maybe you have a couple locations, a couple outfit changes. You want to hire a professional because they're going to know all the things that we don't know as DJs. They're going to know about lighting. They're going to know maybe cool spots around town that you can shoot at. They're going to know how to pose you. They're going to know how to edit the photo, or maybe they'll ask you about editing the photo. Some DJs or some models, they don't want their photographer to touch anything. Some want a little bit of assistance. So for instance, my photographer knows that I like to have my hairline filled in, but I don't like any of my features touched. If you guys want to see some crazy-ish, make sure you check out Perfect Me. It's an app. I think it's subscription based, but you'll be, if you don't know what it is, you will be amazed at all the different things that you can do on your phone to make yourself have abs, have bigger muscles, shrink down the size, clean up blemishes. It's incredible what you can do. And then every person, every model, every artist is going to have a different level of comfort on how much they want to do. Like I said, I just get my hairline filled in a little bit. Other people do other stuff. So whatever you want to look like, know that ahead of time, and discuss that with your photographer, and ask them questions before the shoot so that you know what to expect going into it. How do you find a good photographer if you don't know any? Well, you can look up DJs in your area. Maybe look up the top DJs who are doing really well. Look who has a really good marketing plan in place, and then they'll typically tag their photographer in their pictures. So you can go look through a few DJs, see which kind of style you like, and then look at the photographer, and then maybe DM them and offer and let them know that you're willing to spend money. DJs have a bad reputation for wanting high quality photos but not wanting to pay an exorbitant amount. These are worth it. If you book one gig from a photo shoot, it probably paid for itself. If you book two, now it's an investment, right? So the return on investment on great photos, in my opinion, is very, very high. So again, spend $100 to $200 on a professional photographer, and talk to them beforehand about what you need to do to prepare to make use of that time. And if you're in Columbus, Jack Attack does all the photos for Dahlia, has shot me. Very good, not only at the studio styled shoot, but also live shots. So having a mix of those can be great for your portfolio. Julie Jackson Photos does pictures for the Browns, the Crew, does a lot of club photos as well. She's also good at the studio and live development, or studio styled shoots and the live shots. The Howard brand, I'm a little biased, that's my girlfriend, but she takes great photos, styled shoots. She does my pictures and does a fantastic job At Krista Shoots is another photographer that does great styled shoots, and she has a really cool style. And then Tim Evans Photography I've also worked with before, and he has an amazing studio, very, very knowledgeable, works all over the world, and we happen to have him right here in Columbus. So any of those guys, and then you can also, if you're not in Columbus, just like I said, look for models in your area, look for DJs in your area, and find the photographer that they tag. And that's the only thing you want to go on Instagram for. You want to find some high quality DJ photos on Instagram and find out what you like about the photo, and then ask yourself why you like that about the photo. So at the end of this, I'm going to go through and show you some DJ profiles, and we're going to analyze, what about this picture makes it great, why did they have that on their feed, and things like that. But again, find high quality photos on Instagram and find out what you like about the photo, and ask yourself why you like the photo, and then kind of keep a collection of these so you can show them to your photographer. Hey, I like this photo because the background is pretty minimalist, so I'm the focus of the image, and I think it's posed really well. And it's not too cheesy, but it shows off professionalism. So you want to have an idea going into the Photoshop so you can discuss that with your photographer. If you can't afford a photographer, that's okay. Everyone has a pretty nice phone at this time, and make sure you just get photos during the day when it's nice and lit, and then just take a ton of photos. Just keep hitting that button, or whoever's working with you, maybe it's 2 DJs, and you guys can take photos of each other. Just keep hitting that button, because eventually you're going to get a good shot. And then watch some videos on YouTube to see how to get great iPhone pics. For a shoot, you want to pick a few outfits out, and you want the outfits to reflect the types of gigs you want to get. I'm going to say that again. You want the outfits to reflect the types of gig that you want to get. If you are a club DJ and you're looking to DJ in a Las Vegas style nightclub, find out what other Las Vegas style nightclub DJs are doing for shoots and model those outfits, or understand what type of outfits a booker for these Las Vegas style nightclubs are looking for. The first thing that comes to mind is everyone likes those bomber jackets. Bomber jackets are huge in DJ promo photos. Beyond that, I'm not really sure. But again, do your research and find out, go to the club that you want to spin at, see the pictures of the DJs that they post, and find things that you can use from them, and borrow ideas, and then make it your own. And so once you have your outfits picked out, you want to watch a few YouTube videos on how to pose. I've talked about this a couple times now. Photographers are going to have a much better idea on what to do this, but basically you want to have your chin up, your chest out, and one tip is that you push your tongue against the back of your teeth, and ironically it's going to give you a more natural smile. So that's a tip that I've been using for the last couple years here. It definitely works. Again, you just push your tongue up against the back of your teeth, and if you're focused on that, you're less focused about everything else. So if I try to smile normally, it looks kind of awkward, but as soon as I put my teeth, you see it's a more natural look. So you just push your tongue up against the back of your teeth, and you get a really nice smile. Another thing you can do, make sure you do the whole haircut, gym, shave routine, whatever makes you feel most confident. For me, it's a haircut. From the time I leave my haircut to the time I go to sleep that night, I'm the most confident I could ever be. So whatever makes you confident, and you want to show that to the camera. So like I said, if it's a good shave, if it's going and hitting the gym before a photo shoot, do whatever makes you feel confident before the shoot so that you look great in the shoot. My girlfriend, the Howard brand, recommends that you have a drink or 2, but not too many, before the shoot, just to loosen up. You're going to get a more natural smile. You're going to not care as much about, the photographer giving you tips on how to pose. So, a drink or 2 before the shoot might work really well for you. And if you don't want to set up a shoot, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, but if you don't want to, there are often photographers at the events that you DJ, whether it's nightclubs, whether it's corporate events, whether it's weddings. Typically, there are photographers there. If you, talk to the photographer at some point, just be like, hey, if you could take some photos of me, I'll pay you, whatever you can afford, $25 or $50 per photo you use. And if you're thinking $25 or $50 per photo, that's a lot. Yes, it is a lot, and they're worth it. Again, you want to have a great marketing and branding strategy, from your press kit, from your social media, to your website, to everything. You want to encompass all that, and great photos are going to be the start. If you think about someone's website, what's the first thing you see? Probably their logo and a picture of them, right? And if the picture looks crappy, even if you're great looking, but it's a low quality photo, it's poorly lit, people are going to judge you right there, and and you're already having a bad first impression. And if the rest of your website isn't up to par, and maybe they don't even get to that. Maybe they just look at the photo and be like, it's not the DJ for me. They don't even care about taking good pictures. Why would they care about my event? Boom, on to the next one. You're competing against a lot of DJs, and in 2020, a lot of the venues and a lot of the events are shrinking down. So you need to stand out, and great photos, I'm going to say it for the millionth time, help with that. So I'm checking the chat now. Big shout out to Raveheart Music. Appreciate the host, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the content. But we're just going to look at some DJ Instagrams and pick out some photos that maybe we dislike, and kind of see what they're doing. So I'm going to flip over here. Okay, there we are. Over to Google Chrome. Boom. Okay, so this is DJ Chisel. He's from Miami. I've been following him for a long time. He makes great edits. But the Miami DJ market is very saturated, and it's very talented. So to stand out there is tough, and DJ Chisel does that. So I wanted to check his page out. He, you can see, he has a lot of followers, but not a crazy amount. He's not like super famous, but a great DJ, and really good with his marketing. So you can see professional DJ photo, looks great. Looks like it's been edited. It just shows the party, shows all the people in the booth. Great photo. So you can see this is probably from like a shoot that he took, well posed, well lit, looks like it's been edited a little bit. Some time went into this photo. Some lifestyle stuff here. Again, professional photo at a club, and another professional photo at the club. Very cool. I'm just going to keep saying, but you can see there's some thought to this. This is probably taken with an iPhone right here. But it's a great photo. It's taken during the day, so they don't have to worry about lighting. It's taken at a great location. This is an interesting Instagram, right? You want to keep looking at stuff like, very cool spot here, action shot. DJ Chisel knows what's up when it comes to his marketing and branding. Even, the Instagram photo with the graphic on it, the colors all match. Very, very good. Let's look at someone a lot more famous, Laid Back Luke. For those of you who are in the EDM world, obviously Laid Back Luke has a huge team. He's being featured on magazines, so those shoots, you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars worth of camera people, lighting, editing, all that. So we can kind of see here, even a little shot at home, probably taken on a phone, but it's well lit and it's moody, it's cool, great photo here. Another one doesn't look, it looks like it could be a professional photo, but it's during the day, looks great. Action shots, even like this, it's just like an outdoor photo with a friend, but it's a really nice photo. Same here. He's got his styled shoot with his mask on. It's well posed, it's not looking at the camera. So some people like to look at the camera, other people don't. Here he's looking at it, here he's not. So you want to talk with your photographer and see what might be best for you. You might want to do some of both. Another very cool styled shoot. So a lot of these are professional photos. We'd expect that from Laid Back Luke, and I'm doing this on incognito mode. So that's why that popped up. A-Track. A-Track's interesting, right? Because A-Track's not like the marketing and branding guy. He's not that the way you think of. He's like the technical guy, but even the Mr. Technical, one of the most technical DJs in the world, has great photos on his Instagram. Sure, he's got battle routines and things like that from the old school, but that's part of his brand. But look, professional photo right here with DJ Craze. Awesome looking photo. Great, not necessarily posed, but just a great photo. Craze doing his thing. iPhone camera shot. I would call this not a great photo, but at least it's well lit. And he did his little posting. I imagine he had some kind of written note to go alongside that. So yeah, and I'll be honest, A-Track's pictures aren't that great. You can see here's one with the styled shoot that looks edited, posed, and all that. So he does have that on here, but it's not like Chisel where every photo is styled or professionally shot. But again, Ajax more of a professional DJ. That's why I wanted to add him in here. Let's look at DJ Spider, big corporate DJ guy. Again, more on the technical side. Family photos here. That's well lit. He's got his some memes, some activism stuff. But here, he's on a flyer. So this is something that he definitely did a professional photo shoot for. It's posed. And it's well lit, and it clearly worked with a professional photographer for that. We got some videos. Let's see what else. So maybe the Instagram's not as popping as far as professional photos, but you notice when he is on a flyer, that's definitely something that was a professional photo, and he spent some time with. He's got his live shot here. So DJ Spider, not as good as Chisel. But obviously a talented DJ. I would never take that away from him. So DJ Scene, probably one of the most popular club DJs, has the professional photo here. This looks like it's taken with an iPhone, but look, it's well lit. It's got a backdrop on it. Cool photo there. I want to see if there's any flyers that he has. Here's a great professional photo. Looks like it's natural. I wish I could not see this right now. Okay. Let's see if he's got any flyers. Aha! So here's one. He's on a flyer right here. Look at that. Great outfit. Great pose. I'm sure this was a professional shoot. So you can look at that as well. And then my favorite DJ, big podcaster, huge help from the DJ community. He loves his location shots. He takes pride in taking all his pictures on his cell phone. So this was probably a cell phone shot, but again, it's in the daylight. He's got his little background. He's kind of making an ironic pose out of what everyone else does with that thing. Finds good spots. Again, cool pose. Probably an iPhone shot. Same thing. That's kind of his deal. He wants iPhone photos in cool spots. He knows how to pose. Professional shot here looks great. Like Conflict knows what to do with his Instagram. He's got some content on here. Again, I don't necessarily like this pose, but it works for him, right? Conflict knows what he's doing. But this is an instance where you're looking at other DJs' feeds and saying, okay, maybe I don't want to do a style of pose like that, but maybe I do like this. The whole cryo's going off. He can't be bothered with that. He's looking back at the camera and cracking a nice smile. I'm not necessarily a big fan of this pose. Ironic isn't really with my brand. So while I love what Conflict does with his Instagram marketing, it's not necessarily something I would do. Look, the look in the pose, looking away from the camera, looks great on a flyer. So again, you just want to look at different DJs and see what works for you. This is definitely not fitting with my brand, but that definitely works for Conflict. Hire a professional photographer, talk about the things that we went over, and see what's going to work for you. But if nothing else, guys, have high quality photos. There's no excuse to have a low quality photo in 2020. Everyone maybe doesn't have a super nice phone with a super nice camera on it, but you have a friend who does. So go out during a nice sunny day, maybe with a little bit of cloud cover, and just snap as many pictures as possible. Go through them, maybe talk to somebody about editing them for you. But my recommendation is always going to be work with a professional. Pay them $100, $200 for an hour shoot. Bring a few outfits. Have yourself looking right. Ask questions. Watch some YouTube videos on how to pose. And you will have great photos, and you will make more money as a DJ, and you will get those gigs that you're trying to get. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the seminar. If you have any questions and you're watching on YouTube, leave them in the comments, and we can have a nice discussion there. Like the video if you found something helpful, and do subscribe for more Q&As, the Columbus DJ Podcast, gear reviews, and much, much more. My name's Mike. I go by DJ Access. Peace out.